Good morning. It is 9:34 a.m. on Monday, September 6th, 2021, Labor Day here in the United States. I'm Christiana Ellis and I just got up sort of. This is 5 more minutes. I've been poking around idly on the internet here for a little bit because I just sort of feel like I don't have anything to talk about today. Uh, I did stuff yesterday, but it's all stuff that I've talked about before. I played more of Psychonauts and Ghost of Tsushima. I watched some Deep Space Nine, and mostly just kind of, hung out. Took my dog to the dog park. One thing that I can say is that the weather is starting to turn a little bit in the sense that it's been a bit cooler and rainier the last week or so, which is very nice because for a while there in August it was just like in the upper 90s and humid every day, and that's not my favorite for sure. So starting to get more towards fall weather is very nice in my book. Very happy about that and looking forward to more of it. And in fact, maybe that just reminds me, I asked on Twitter the other day, if it was autumn enough yet for my rewatch of Over the Garden Wall, which I've certainly talked about before, but I will mention once again because it is one of my favorite things out there. So if you are not familiar, Over the Garden Wall is a cartoon miniseries. There are 10 12-minute episodes, so it's pretty easy. It's about the length of a feature movie just to watch the whole thing. And it's all in one sitting, and it certainly works well that way, although you could break it up too if you wanted to. But it's just so perfect. It's silly but also scary. It's very sort of autumn Halloweeny sort of vibe to the show. It's got some fun world building in it. It's also just got some like surreal humor and character based drama at the same time that it's also got some just really silly songs and slapstick, and I just love it so much. I definitely recommend you check it out if you have not already. And I haven't started my rewatch yet, but maybe today. Maybe today is the day that I rewatch it. Probably wait until the evening. Today is, of course, the last day of the 4-day weekend that I've been fortunate to have here, and I suppose I could talk a little bit. Today, of course, is Monday, which is Labor Day, which is meant to honor the work that labor unions did to change the culture of work in the United States. Um, in some ways, it feels like um, things have been going kind of in the opposite direction for a little while. I suppose there are a lot of people would disagree about that. It's a complicated thing, of course. In general, um, yeah, I'm not going to get into that just because I'm not sure if I'm educated enough on it to say things that are definitive. But I think in general, um, I think it's true that although often you do need someone to kind of lead the team, you also can't. You need the team to be there to exist. So the leader can't lead anything if they don't have the team. So I don't know where that's coming from. Ignore the woman behind the fuzzy red hair. Um, I've got a cute little dog under my chair right now. He's a good boy. Just so you all know. Uh, yeah, so I feel like I've had fun just sort of hanging out and relaxing this weekend, but just nothing, at least as of yesterday, was terribly surprising or unusual. I'm just continuing to really enjoy Ghost of Tsushima. Um, That it's just this great open world game where all of the little, bits and pieces of it are interesting. One of the things, like, I really loved The Witcher 3. I really did. But one of my complaints about it is, especially as the game progresses, there's an awful lot of the question marks on the map that you kind of go out of your way to get to, and especially in the Skellige Isles region, a lot of them take a while to get to because you're sailing your boat out around. But a lot of those turned out to be very samey. It's kind of like, look, it's another smuggler's cache, just like the 25 other ones you've found. And in it is more gear that you will just sell because it's not, going to be worth anything else to you, and you're just going to sell it next time you go to a vendor. And there's an awful lot of question marks that's all that's there. And it's one thing to appreciate that these question marks bring you out to just all little interesting bits on the map that you might not see because you wouldn't ever go out there for any other reason. But by comparison, Ghost of Tsushima has lots of little question marks and stuff on the map, but they're not quite so pervasive. And generally speaking, I have found that I like all of the things that are at these various question marks. Rocket is moving around under my chair and bumping my desk. What you doing, buddy? Yeah. Anyway, so I like it. Yeah, I'll leave it there, and I will talk to you all tomorrow for 5 more minutes. I hope you have a good Labor Day if you're in the United States, and I suppose you could still have a good day even if you're not in the United States.